time for your voicemail.
Hello?
No, it's not. It's not time for your voicemails. But it will be soon. It will be soon. That was a mistake. Just like tonight's game was a mistake. Oh, my God. How are you guys doing tonight? It is...
Your work can feel much smoother with...
a night of errors here. Hang on a second. We're having some technical difficulties here. So I had a couple technical difficulties starting the show, just like Inter Miami did. Tons of technical difficulties on Inter Miami side the entire game, and we're going to talk about that tonight. I'm by myself, most likely tonight. We're hoping Uncle Ed will join us from Austin. He is there, at the game. Maybe he's drowning in sorrows right now. Maybe not, but. Tonight, actually, we're doing something a little bit different, and let me know if it's all working out. Hopefully it is. It should be going live. The show should be going live on the regular YouTube platform and also on my Twitter account. So hopefully it's going live in both places. But so we're trying. I was just playing around trying some different things tonight. But we're gonna have hopefully a fun show tonight. Nothing fun to talk about. But I need your help tonight. So as always, when I'm doing this show solo, I definitely need your help calling in or leaving lots of voicemails and things like that. Also, we're going to have another $20 gift card given away tonight to Caneswear. So let's stop right there and say thank you to our buddies at Caneswear, where you can go and get all your Inter Miami gear and dress like the team, and hopefully, you can wear it out on a local pitch and play better than they did. I don't know. But you can go to Caneswear in Davie, just south of 595 on University, or you can go to caneswear.com. Any orders over $99 ship for free, and you can use FMTV 10 for a discount. Save 10%. New products coming in very soon to go to Caneswear. So I'm not sure if some of you guys were in the chat early or not. Didn't load the chat. I just got a few people in the chat. So if you're here, if you're in the chat, say hi and get yourself entered into the opportunity to win a gift card. Now, there's not that many people in the chat today. Your chances of winning the gift card to Caneswear are greater. Another thing is I need your help tonight with some calls. So I need to, where is it? The Caneswear reactions. I don't even have it in my deck here because I'm not used to doing this part of it solo. So let's go to the 2 camera for a second and look for the, where are we? Okay, let's look for this frame. So anyways, call 786-474-4435. Give us a call, and I'm also going to just move this to the host deck so that we can do it like that. So yeah, and as far as phone calls, I think I had a phone call from One World, One Goal. I deleted it, I think. I was cleaning up the voicemails. I may have deleted your voicemail, One World, One Goal. So if you did leave one, leave another one. Call back because I was cleaning things up, and I think I might have deleted one or two by mistake. So, I need you to give that call that back in. But anyways, let's say hi to you guys that are in the chat so far. First one I see in the chat. Again, I'm not sure if there were some people. Sometimes I know some of you guys get into the chat super early, and I'm not sure if they didn't load because I'm broadcasting the show through something different tonight so that I could be in 2 different places at the same time. But first, let's say hi to the first person I see in here, and that's Esteban. So, hello, Esteban. And then Miami Derp was in here next. We'll get to your comments. Toronto's favorite, Richard Greenberg, is here as well. Jose Velasquez, welcome. One World, One Goal, as always. Pablo is in as well. What's up? Our friend from Atlanta, a new Weissman. Y'all done shot yourselves. Yes, apparently so. And Giovanni Rodriguez. So that's who we got in the chat so far. I need more people in this chat. So if you're watching, please say hello. Guys, 5-1. You know, a lot of times we look at this club and we say, well, we're not as bad as Cincinnati. That's kind of sometimes it's a terrible way to get to kind of justify yourself, gauge, yourself. But that is, what the deal is. But anyways, we got shellacked just like Cincinnati did. Cincinnati got beat 5-0. We got beat 5-1 by the same team. And it looks like we might have our buddy Uncle Ed. Let's see if we could bring Uncle Ed into the show here. He's in the green room now, and guest is in green room. He's sideways, and there you go, Ed. Ed,
Downtown Peter Brown. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you doing, Uncle Ed?
Good, man. Depressed. We lost. But the wife's with me. Where's she at? There she is.
There you go.
But we're walking to the bar where we parked. And depressing. We lost by a lot. But we're not as bad as Cincinnati, Peter Brown, because Cincinnati wasn't able to make a goal, and we did.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. 1 goal difference.
We were bad, man. There were little bits and pieces where it looked like we were gonna get stuff done, but in the end, we got clobbered.
Yeah,
we're as bad as Cincinnati, and that's not a good thing.
No, it's not, Ed. But Ed, you're in Austin. Let's talk a little bit about Austin.
It definitely is weird.
Austin's weird, right?
Yeah, it sure is, man.
How's their stadium?
Oh, nice, dude. Definitely a step above what we have Lockhart or Drive Pink Stadium. Yeah. But I was assured by the Moss brothers, who my wife and I took pictures with, that they're going to do everything they can to get that new stadium built in Miami, Miami Freedom Park.
Yeah. So, he wrote a piece in the Miami Herald, I think it was. He wrote a piece like an op-ed. Kind of saying how it's a good deal for Miami. So yeah, it's good. That's an exciting thing you just said there, that the Moss, Jorge Moss, traveled to Austin.
He did. He thanked all the fans. That was really cool. That guy's, he's so down to earth, and him and Jose were there, and his son Jorge Jr. was also there, and they were just awesome. Talking to all the fans and saying, look, it wasn't what we expected, but we're gonna get better, and I think they will. We need a little work. We need a lot of work. And my suggestion to Jorge Jr. was, dude, when Campana scores a goal, we got to put that song "Ring My Bell" from back in the '70s. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Ring my bell. Remember that?
Yeah, I don't get the correlation.
Campana means bell in Spanish.
Ah, okay. I did not
now
know that.
You know.
Okay, all right. I'm learning. Last week I learned how to say it. This week I'm learning what it means.
Exactly.
But I'm happy to see the Moss brothers there, or at least one of the Moss and his son, to see what other stadiums look like, because that stadium does look good, and also maybe to learn what some of these other cities are doing, because it bugs me, and you and I talk about this, bugs me to no end when we see a half-empty stadium here in Fort Lauderdale. That stadium looked like it was rocking tonight. It sounded great.
It was. It's all drums though. You could barely hear them sing. I don't know if you were able to sing.
I heard
you heard them sing.
I heard them singing one of our songs. Of course, they just changed the words a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny because just about all of our songs they were singing, and so when they would sing, we'd sing our version, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, well, there's no real originality in these songs. Everybody steals from somebody, whether it be an English team or a South American team. We all steal from somebody.
Well, we got together with the Los Verdes yesterday at their bar, and we started singing some songs that they haven't heard before. So I think they're going to probably steal them from us.
Okay. I saw you guys were playing some like that table tennis, table soccer tennis or whatever.
Yeah, it was cool, man. We lost the tech ball thing, I think it's called.
Okay.
We lost against them. We lost in that. We also lost a soccer game against them. And then we lose the actual game against them. So we're just, 3-0 with these guys.
Wow.
I say 5-1.
So that was a precursor for today. We lost as the supporters clubs. And then we lost as a team.
Terrible. The only thing that I took advantage of is they brought me a couple beers, and that was good.
So how drunk are you?
I'm not. I'm actually going to go and get drunk because I'm sad.
So you guys are staying. You guys are staying the night in Austin. You coming back tomorrow?
Yeah. We'll be back tomorrow, so we'll be good. Look, I'm talking to Peter Brown, and I'm here with Alex Z.
Let's see some of these people that you're
Alex
with.
Z. Hey, guys.
Hey, there you go.
He actually saw me live while I was doing the thing, and I was like, hey, I see you, Uncle Ed. I was like, where? And then he comes up to me. He's like, we're talking. And he's like, oh, by the way, I'm Alex Z. So if you're wondering why you're...
How you doing?
Beautiful face right here.
That's a great beard right there, Ed.
Face only a mother could love, just like us.
Ed, you need to get a beard like that.
I had it going for a while, but then the wife liked it a little shorter, so I got to do what the wife wants.
I mean, come on, Alex has got it going there.
To my wife, I had nothing.
he don't listen to his wife. You see who wears the pants.
Hey, I gotta say it. My wife's right next to me, man.
And how did your wife feel about this game? What was her reaction?
She's like, why did you bring me to this to see them lose so bad? And I was like, she's like, I like traveling with you, but if we're gonna see something, at least they should win.
Right,
right, mi amor?
Right.
How did she feel about Higuain? Does she hate Higuain as much as my wife?
No, she doesn't hate him as much. She was looking at Campana, and Campana wasn't doing something, too well. But he scored, so I guess we're happy with that.
Yeah, right. The Ecuadorian love.
I'll give him confidence to make some more goals. I like that they played last year. They're in there for a little bit. What's his name? Noah Allen was having a little problem there. Also, what's his name? Breck Shea was having a problem there. He definitely can't play in the center, man. He needs to play on the wing.
He played on the left in the second half and was still responsible for some of the goals. Breck had a terrible night.
It wasn't his game. So.
Breck had a bad night, and it seemed like Austin knew that we had a 17-year-old kid, and they went at him. Until the entire first half.
Trying to mess with his confidence and all that. So I think they got into his head. I thought we were going to, with Lassiter inners in the beginning, we were going to use his speed, and it was hopefully going to be able to, make a difference. But it didn't work out the way we thought it was going to work out. And Campana coming in helped. We got that one goal, but we got a lot of work to do, Peter.
Yeah, and it seems like Phil Neville might have listened to you when you were saying bench Campana and put in Ariel Lassiter. He didn't necessarily pan out, but I was surprised by that. I still felt like you should have started Campana, let him. Everybody has so much hope for him that he's the future. Even the announcers tonight, were big on him, but that he just needs some time with the team to really gel. But the defense, it was about the defense. It looked horrible.
It was about the defense. You saw better than I did. There, I had beer thrown at me. It was interesting.
Did you now? Who's now? So is that the Austin fans throwing beer?
No, our guys for the one goal. That was the only time.
Little celebration.
Yeah, we thought we're like everybody's like, oh, we're coming back, and nope, we didn't come back.
Well.
Oh. But it's all good, Peter. I mean, what can you say?
Look,
it was a good trip. A couple people came up to me and asked me about where's Peter Brown, and I was like, he's at home.
Peter Brown doesn't travel.
Well, we're hoping to get him to travel maybe next year.
Maybe next year. I'm planning a trip to LA, and that's using all my money. It's expensive. So I'm planning, and then not to see soccer, but to just do a family vacation. So
all the Disney stuff you're gonna do.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is when I told my wife that you went to Austin and that you had cheap tickets, she said you should have gone.
Oh,
but
we'll see.
But I feel guilty. I'm a family man, and I feel guilty going to a place that I know my daughter would enjoy. She's like an artsy kind of kid. She would enjoy going to Austin, and I'm not going to bring her.
She totally would.
But she would hate. She would hate going to the soccer game. So
you know, let her roam the town or whatever next time. But you know, it was fun. I think my wife also had fun. The losing sucks, but we're gonna do some more sightseeing and take more pictures, and then head back and get back to reality.
So, about how many Inter Miami fans showed up?
About 160, they were saying.
Wow.
We had a nice bit of fans. You can see it in the preview a little bit, and then I've got the actual video that I'm going to do later on this week about the away trip. So that should be fun.
It looks like you guys got a long walk back to parking.
It is.
The way the stadium is set up.
Yeah, it's kind of far where they had us be, because they don't want any problems with everything that happened in Mexico and all that. They're trying to be very, take care of all the fans and make sure there wasn't any trouble. So, but I think I'm gonna let you go for a little bit because we're getting here. Yeah, and this little mountain I gotta climb right here.
Mountain you got to climb. All right, Ed. Thanks for checking in. Have fun in Austin, and we will see you next week.
All right. Well, I'll be there. See you, Peter Brown. Don't forget to shop at Kingswear.
That's right. All right. Talk to you later, Ed.
Later.
All right. One more one goal says that drunk Chi-Chi is my all-time favorite. He's not drunk yet, though. You could tell he's not drunk yet. He didn't look too drunk. Anu is saying, nah, Peter, you coming to Miami. Atlanta. We come into Atlanta. When is Inter Miami playing Atlanta? Is that a possibility? See, here's the thing. When I say I can't go, it's just because, like I said, I'm a family guy, and I feel guilty. I feel guilty going on a cool trip without the rest of the family. And when you start bringing the family, it gets expensive. April 24th, we've got Atlanta coming here. And then I'm just looking here. Oh, okay. June 19th, we will be in Atlanta. And I think I might be still in Los Angeles right around that time, or just coming back. I'm not sure, but I'll get back to you, Anu. Maybe. So, guys, you see this picture up here with Breck Shea. I was really tempted to take that shot down after today's game. Breck, you killed me. Breck was bad tonight. He was he was just horrible, and no matter what position he played, he was just bad. He had a bad game. I know a lot of you guys said here. Chris Menendez is saying Miami missed Lowe greatly. Didn't know how much. I remember when they first signed Lowe, I wasn't overly impressed with the signing just because I looked at it like, he's just a USL player, because that's where most of his career has been. He was signed by, I think it was Seattle, but then he went directly to their USL affiliate, and then he spent time with Tampa Bay Rowdies. So I wasn't overly excited. I'm like, USL quality guy. USL's fine, but it's not MLS. But he has been a difference maker, and they really missed Lowe today, who's got a groin injury apparently. We definitely missed him big time. Let's go to some of the voicemails that we have here, and let's just hear what you guys had to say. I've got 3 voicemails now. I got the phone number up, 786-474-4435, if you want to leave something else. It's time for your voicemails.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Pablo from Arizona.
Arizona.
Been watching you guys for about a year or so. Wanted to give you guys a call. So things are wrapping up here between Miami and Austin, and I know people are going to look at the scoreline and everything, but two positive takeaways to look at after this game is Campana getting his first goal, and I thought Yedlin looked fantastic. I'm a fan of Inter Miami. I'm a South American Argentine, so Really enjoying this strong South American contingent that you guys have. So been following you guys for a while, and thought I'd give you guys a call, and so for a great week, and let's build off of this performance. All right, I know it looks rough on paper, but they're going to learn from this in the film room, and they're going to bounce back. You can already tell with the halftime adjustments they came out, but Austin right now is just too hot. Anyways, have a great week, guys.
How about that? Listening from from Arizona. We played Austin. I like what Pablo's doing there. Pablo's saying, let's look at the positive. Let's not dwell on the negative. Let's look at the positive. Campana gets a goal, and I know Ed is big on Campana because of his Ecuadorian brother, but he was quick to sit him too, feeling like he just needs some confidence. And so hopefully this does give him some confidence. I know the commentators tonight were big on him a little, so talking. It's funny is sometimes something could throw me off. Esteban saying it's hilarious. Peter is omitting all my realistic and positive comments today. I'll be honest with you, I haven't really looked at the comments yet. I know I asked you guys to comment, and then I got busy talking to Ed. And so I didn't. I haven't looked at your comments yet, Esteban. So I will go back and look at some of your realistic comments. But I do like that Pablo is being positive because, and then I'm reading online, after the game and a little bit, during the game, everybody's ready to fire Phil Neville. It's all Phil Neville this, Phil Neville that. I think you need to give this team time, and I think I said that many times throughout this show. Over the weeks, that all the changes that they made, you can't expect them to be winners from day one. And I know that some people don't like this formation of 3/5 in the back. It didn't work tonight, but look at the bright side. Neville made adjustments at halftime. Taylor coming in made a big difference. Campana coming in made somewhat of a difference. Yeah, obviously he scored. But I think Taylor made a bigger difference, changed the formation, and things looked better. Not good enough, obviously. Still had defensive lapses, but looked better. I think it's going to take some time. It might take a quarter of the season till we start to see what this team really is, and what this coach really is. So I don't want to be the kind of club that sacks their coach every other year. Because I don't think you ever get anywhere with that. So I think we need to give him some time, and see where it goes from there. Bruno feels like we should have given Diego Alonso some more time. Diego will take Uruguay to the World Cup. We lost a great coach for a mediocre one. I think there was a lot of problems with Diego, to me at least, and maybe that's because I don't speak Spanish. I think part of the problems with him were the communication issues. Couldn't talk to half the team. He didn't speak English. I know he's learning, spoke a little bit. Phil supposedly speaks Spanish. I know he's done a little bit. So, I don't know if Diego was the right guy for the job. Maybe we got rid of him too quick. Maybe. Because this team was put together poorly from the beginning. And so you could say it wasn't Diego's fault. Maybe Diego was the fall guy. And at the end of the day, it was Tubby. But I don't know. I mean, you can't look at like what we've already lost. He's gone. So where's some comments? I'm looking for comments. It's a little harder when I'm by myself, guys, to look at comments and talk to you and have thoughts. And so normally I'll let Ed rant a little bit, and I'll look at your comments. And Diego Marino said his not speaking Spanish got us to playoffs. Yeah, we got to the playoffs in a season where getting to the playoffs was a lot easier. So I think that goes with an asterisk. But I'm not a Diego Alonso hater by any stretch. I just think that was an issue. But again, maybe we did get rid of him too soon, but he's gone. So what can you do about it? So do you want to now get rid of Phil Neville after just 2 games? I think it's premature. Give the guy some time and if about halfway through the season, maybe we start talking about it. So, and I know some of you guys aren't agreeing with me, but Richard Greenberg is asking if we will fill that DP slot this summer. I think that is the goal. You know, I know they still want the Vega kid, and actually Phil and Henderson did mention something about filling it in the summer during the halftime show on the ESPN. He was interviewed. So, all right. So let's go back. All right. Let's listen to another voicemail here.
Hey, good evening, everybody. This is America's Uncle Pissed Off Ned.
We're all pissed off.
Shout out to my guys, downtown Peter Brown, and my main man, Uncle Ed, or hey, we might as well call him Uncle Austin, Texas. I hope you're staying safe out there, Uncle Ed. Shout out to you, man. Anyway, just got finished watching the game. Like the game has literally just went off, and I just want to give my quick views on tonight's game. This is vintage Inter Miami, man. This is like Inter Miami of last year when we were going on like consecutive 6-game losing streaks. This is really bad, and what I see here is our defense needs a lot of work, man. A lot of work. I could say for the first time, like I feel like Breck Shea was like played pretty bad today. He was pretty crappy. Even Noah Allen was not good either. But the difference is Breck Shea is in his 30s. Noah Allen is a kid. He's only 17. So hopefully Noah uses as a learning experience and get better. Breck, I don't know what to say, man. Whenever you have to resort to fouling people in order to keep your guy, your defender in front of you, you know what I'm saying? It's just not a good look, man. Gave major shout out to my man Clement Diop last week. This week I'm taking it back. I know the defense in front of him was crappy, but at the same time, I felt like there was some goals that were scored that he could have stopped, man. He just he kind of regressed a little bit today. Hopefully he'll get better as well. But, yeah, and then Gonzalo Higuain. The thing that pisses me off with Higuain, he does the most bitching and whining, but he does the least productive work out here. I don't give a damn about your history in Juventus. I could care less. I care about how you're playing here for Inter Miami. So when you're playing here for Inter Miami and you whine more than you score, you whine more than you have assists, I have a problem with that, and everybody should have a problem with that. Enough is enough. Stop whining, stop bitching, and start scoring or start assisting, okay? Because right now, this team isn't offensively. We're not good. We have to rely on our defense, which is scary, and our defense is not that good. So what are we doing here? You know, I'm glad Leo Campana got his first goal. That was awesome. I hope that he gets more, but I would really consider starting Robert Taylor out there because at least Robert Taylor gives us a spark. I would sit Mo Adams down, and there's no disrespect to Mo.
Oh, we lost Uncle Ned. Uncle Ned has a tendency of going long, but Robert Taylor, I think, definitely needs to start. But the issue with Robert Taylor is his conditioning. So he even admitted. The funny thing is, there was an interview, post practice interview or something like that with Taylor, and he was talking about training and playing in South Florida, like now, like this was earlier this week or late last week, where he was interviewed, and he's complaining about, not complaining, but just saying the weather's tough here. You know that it's not like that where he comes from. And I'm thinking to myself, this isn't summer yet, dude. This is like beautiful weather. You know, 70s in the evening, low 80s in the afternoon. This is amazing. Humidity is whatever it is. It's not crazy high or super low. But wait till June, July, August. Then, so if that guy's melting now, anyways, he needs to get in fitness shape. Obviously, getting closer. So I don't know if he'll be a starter next week or not when we play LAFC. And I saw there was some comments in the chat about, are we going to get spanked by LAFC next week? LAFC is playing Portland tonight in a few hours, so I'm going to watch that game to kind of get an idea. But I do know they played their first game of the season against Colorado, and they beat Colorado 3-0. So and they've got Vela, who is very inspired right now. He's in a contract year, and he wants to go to Europe. So he's playing his ass off. There's no sitting back. He wants to, get a hat trick every game so he can earn his way over to somewhere in Europe. There was some mention of Miami as well, but that was just saying he wants to live in Miami. He didn't say anything about playing in Miami, and people got all excited. But so a excited Vela, somebody who's inspired to work harder because of like all these players in a contract year, they always play better. They always play better in a contract year unless they get hurt. So next week is going to be tough. But at least that'll be a home game. We can all go see it. We can at least see our team and cheer them on. Let's look at the chats here a little bit. A conversation about Vela. Is Vela playing? I know he played in the first game. He scored a couple goals. I don't know how many it was. We can actually click in that. How many goals did Vela score in that game? It's loading. I don't know. So Vela got a PK in the 29th. He scored in the 35th, and he scored in the 50th. He got all 3 goals. So there you go. Pablo's asking, when are we going to drop a match day vlog? So as far as the Austin trip, it sounded like Ed filmed something. So hopefully we'll have something there from Austin. Pablo, I'm not sure if you're asking for something different. Are you asking for us to do a vlog of a local game? And we can do that. We don't tend to do that because we do, I think most of our viewers are going to the games. But if there's a demand, if you guys want to see kind of a vlog of going to the game and what it's like to go to the game for those of you that are maybe not in the South Florida area, we could definitely do that. The only thing that stinks is I have a decent quality microphone that goes on my phone, and they won't let me bring it into the stadium. But still could do it if that's something you want to see. Bruno is saying he'd gladly take Vela to replace Higuain next season. Yeah, who wouldn't? Higuain doesn't have another year, first off. And that's the thing. Hey, Uncle Ned was complaining about Higuain. Yeah, I'm not his biggest fan. But this year, at least, so far, he's not getting as frustrated. And so that's a step in the right direction. But he didn't produce today. He wasn't. He did have an assist on that goal, but let's see what Esteban is saying. He's always very active in the chat. Peter, after this loss, Ed will have to go with his wife clothes shopping to make up for her traveling so far to witness a spanking loss. Yeah. Oh, so okay. Pablo would like to see a local game vlog of what it's like. Yeah, we can do it for sure. We'll do it. Absolutely, Pablo. We'll do one. There's some, it's funny is our most viewed video is there's 2, but I think the number one most viewed video that we have, it's got somewhere in the 40,000 views, something like that, is our stadium tour, the full tour that we got just before the first season. The first season that we all got to go. So last year. And, or was it the first year and then everything got shut down? That might have been when it was. I'm trying to remember now. We got the COVID fog. Time goes, you lose the sense of time and where things are, where we've been. Nabil Janania says, we need Luis Suarez. So, yeah, I mean, a couple of my buddies, Julio and Ed, are big Suarez lovers. and want Suarez and are always talking my ear off about Suarez. And I'm always telling them I'm sick and tired of hearing about Suarez. We'll see when we believe it. I'm also gun shy on some of these older, European players, players that are at the tail end of their career coming here. I guess I know he still can deliver. I know he's still playing well, but maybe Higuain's kind of scared me off on that. But there's always these reports that Suarez is deal. I was reading somewhere that or being told by someone that the Suarez deal is almost done. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, you hear that it is, and that I say I believe it when I see it, and that's it. Don't I don't even want to talk about him until I see him. Bruno says we need another talented winger, center forward, attacking midfielder, or center midfielder if we stay with attacking three. And I agree with his next comment, but someone 30 years or younger. Yeah. We definitely, I know that they were trying to go after, I think his name was Rafael Veiga, the Brazilian guy. They were trying to go after him, and it just so far hasn't worked out. I think his price tag has gone up because he's played well. But that's a lot to ask for there, Bruno. So we'll see. We'll see. Man, we're talking about really bringing in one player. I'm spilling water all over my desk. So all right, let's see. We have one more voicemail. If you guys have any other calls, send them in. You see the number at the bottom of the screen, 786-474-4435.
What? It's One World, One Goal, Italia. Peter, did you delete me on purpose?
No.
I did leave a funny message. I said, Chichi, Uncle Ed is at the game, so I'm really tied up. I'm really not going to be able to follow online. But everybody help Peter out. Call in, leave a voicemail, chat really big in the chat. I'm delayed here, so I'm catching all the Estebandito is very funny already. And I'm just at the beginning, but I'm in the middle of moving and stuff. I am staying in Miami. The vote is March 10th. They moved it one more day. And I was joking that if I did call in, I would just be talking about Diego's turn at 17 anyway. So do your part, guys. Chit chat. Love you. Love the show. Bye.
All right. Thanks. One World, One Goal. Always for the support. Chris Arjun asks, is Mabika injured? Not sure why he didn't play today. I wonder the same thing. I saw him listed as a substitute, so he was available. I'm pretty sure he was listed as a sub. So I thought they should have started Mabika and not Breck-Shea, at least not Breck-Shea in that position. So Mabika, I think, would have been much better. If you got Low out, Mabika makes sense, complete sense. Another tall guy, he's done well. So I wonder the same thing. I'm not sure why they did not play him. But I did see him listed as an option off the bench. So and also One World, One Goal mentioned the stadium vote, so that is supposed to happen. Hopefully, it does not get delayed again. Moss is confident that he's got 4 out of the 5 votes. Obviously, he wrote that op-ed piece in the Miami Herald. He doesn't pay for that and write for that if he's not fully. I mean, He's not 100% confident that it's going to get done. Otherwise, he wouldn't be appealing to the locals, I imagine. But stadium vote's supposed to happen. Now I'm just hoping that there was talk about some of the commissioners wanting another report done on the traffic and the air and the airport and the effects of the stadium, how it's going to affect the area. Whether it be the airport or the traffic. They wanted another study, a current study, because the last one was done, I think, in 2019, something like that, 2020. So hopefully that doesn't delay things. I know it was something that was being requested. I don't know if it's going to get denied or if they're going to do it or not. But the vote is supposed to be just a few days away. And let's see. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Because, when you see that Austin stadium, and it looks, look, I think our stadium in Fort Lauderdale is really nice, but it definitely is not as nice as some of these others. And it looks like, when you look at Ed had definitely said it's a step up, the Austin Stadium. Some people say the Fort Lauderdale Stadium is a glorified high school stadium. Yeah, to some extent, you're right. It's a metal bleacher stadium. It's an erector set stadium. but it's a hell of a temporary stadium, right? It's just, my biggest issue with this stadium, it doesn't feel like they're keeping it up. Like, it's dirty. Like, whoever's in charge of the actual stadium, it's not well maintained. The actual like the hand railings, when you go up and down the stairs, they're filthy. You can't touch them. There's nobody cleaning anything. So, anyways. Pablo's asking about Bryce Duke's timeline to return. No word on that. Miami's not real good about giving us updates and that kind of stuff. Any chance he's going to face his old team next week? I doubt it. He's still, man, that kid looks young. When I see his face, I mean, he looks so young. Diego Marino is saying, Quintero, out please. Quinteros. He also had a horrible game. I think, him and Breck Shea really gave this game away. A big part of the loss. Miami Derp said his seat was super dirty at the home opener. Exactly. We did one show at the first game of last year where the seats were filthy. I took pictures and everything like that. They were just disgustingly dirty. Now most of the cases are a little bit better, but I think they're only better because people are sitting in them. So people's butt cleans them. But Miami Derp is saying all the seats around him were dirty. So yeah, they don't have anybody just keeping this. It's like they're letting it just degrade in front of your eyes. I don't get it. You spend all this money to build this stadium. Okay, it's a temporary stadium, but take care of it. You still want it to be there after the team builds the Miami stadium. You still want that temporary stadium there for the Inter Miami 2 team. So I don't know. And as far as I know, Tim Robbie is still in charge of the actual facilities. Tim Robbie, for those of you that don't know, the son of Joe Robbie, who created the Miami Dolphins, but Tim Robbie, and specifically, has always been very involved with soccer. Was a president of the Fort Lauderdale Strikers of the past, and then also of the more recent Strikers. He was appointed to oversee the facilities, all the facilities, right, in Fort Lauderdale. So I guess it falls on him when it's filthy dirty like that not hiring the right people to take care of it. Somebody's not overseeing that. And I got to take a picture of it the next game if it's still there. But there is something that bugs the hell out of me right above us in section 115. So I think the rope hanging, we're talking about a rope. I think this rope hanging, is in section 114. But it's hanging down since last year. So on the overhang, they have these ropes that are tied up. Most of them are all tied up. Obviously, they're there for a reason. They need them. But there's one rope is half untied and just hanging. Ed says it's kind of in our way a little bit. I don't think it's really in our way. I just think it's more of a curiosity. Is why the hell is this rope just hanging there? And it's been hanging there for well over a year. Can't somebody climb up there and just tie it up? I don't get it. To me, that's just another sign of them just not, a small sign, but of just not taking care of the details. They're not taking care of the details of the stadium. So anyways. Diego Marino says, Phil says Quinteros plays against the elites for Bolivia, but doesn't know Bolivia has poor soccer. And every time they do play the elites in South America, they lose 5-0. So, yeah. Okay. And also, if you're playing in Bolivia, it's different. Teams that are coming into Bolivia always struggle because you can't breathe. All right. So what else we got going in the chat? If you guys want to leave another voicemail, 786-474-4435. Looking back through the chat, see if Esteban talking about the Inter Miami Stadium in Miami. If not enough money is handed to them corrupt politicians, nothing gets done. I wonder if that's why we stuck with the Moss brothers. Well, so we all figured the Moss brothers, the word was, hey, they know how to get things done in Miami. They've done this before, not necessarily a stadium, but they've gotten things built in Miami. They know how to get it done. And when I read between the lines, to me, that means they know which palms to grease. So hopefully they have greased the correct palms, and so far have not really. But you hope that they do. That was always the talk that these guys, we feel confident that they can get the Miami deal done because they can grease the correct palms. So, and that's the other thing is, it's a pet peeve of mine. This, and I mentioned it a little bit when we were talking to Ed about the amount of people in the stadium. It bugs me to no end when I see a half-empty stadium because I think, and I'm sitting with two Miami guys, my friends that I sit with, and one of them says, well, when the stadium's in Miami, this place will be full all the time. I go, well, I don't know about that because, I mean, Miami doesn't support the Marlins. Miami doesn't support the Dolphins when they stink. And granted, I know that's barely Miami. It's right on the County Line Road. That's where I grew up, so I know. They support the Heat, but if they lose, they don't really support them. At times, they have probably the best support. But so I don't know. I'm not fully convinced that just because you build it in Miami, they will come. And I think there's plenty of soccer fans down here in Fort Lauderdale, up here, whatever, in Fort Lauderdale. So I don't think that's really a reason, or I don't know how true that is. But we'll see, I guess. But it does bug me to no end when I see a half-empty stadium. All right, let's go. Bruno agrees we need to fill up Fort Lauderdale. Exactly. Esteban wants to talk about Charlotte. No, I haven't really talked about Charlotte because I didn't watch the game. Let's talk Charlotte football and how great that 74,000 fans made it to their first game. Too bad they could not score at least one goal, if not win it. So I do know the storyline as far as they had such a great turnout. I did not watch the game. I've had a very, very busy weekend outside, drilling my weekend, doing lots of yard work this weekend, and did a little weed and feed, opened up a lot of coconuts for my wife. So very, very busy. Did not see the game. I do want to watch it though. I at least watch some of the clips, but I could do that later on ESPN Plus. But yeah, Charlotte's getting close to 75,000 fans in their first ever game, and that's remarkable for a couple of reasons. One, who expected Charlotte, of all places, who expected that to be a hotbed of soccer? I mean, the teams that really fill these stadiums, sometimes they surprise you. Charlotte, I never would have picked Charlotte. I mean, why? Is it because there isn't a ton of other competition in sports, or is not as much to do? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why. Why such a big crowd? Atlanta, I think, was another surprise when they get such solid crowds, because Atlanta has a history of not supporting. They don't support their baseball team, right? They've had soccer teams that they didn't support. Silverbacks, no support. So I was surprised when Atlanta came out so strong. So there's a few cities here, especially in the South, that surprise you, that get such amazing crowds. And then here, we don't, and we should. I mean, we have so many South Americans and expat Europeans and English people from England. That's what I mean. People living here that love football from all across the world here in South Florida. I don't get why we can't fill a 19,000 seat stadium. But the reason I said it's interesting with Charlotte also is not just because who would have expected North Carolina, but also because we complain about the Moss brothers raising prices here in Fort Lauderdale. But Charlotte's got some of the most expensive tickets in the league. I don't think they're the number one, but they're up there. And not only in Charlotte if you want season tickets, you don't only pay for your season tickets, which are expensive. You also have to pay for a personal seat license. And I had to look that stuff up. I don't even know what a personal seat license is. So I had to look it up. So, I mean, you have to pay for the seat, the license to have the seat. And then on top of that, you pay for your season tickets. Unless you're in the supporter section, because then the personal seat license is taken care of for the supporter section by a sponsor. So sponsor takes care of that. So people complained, and so the Charlotte fans were not happy about that. They complained. The NFL owner that owns the Charlotte FC also does this with the Carolina Panthers. So he's got a history of doing this personal seat license. It's a little more common in the NFL apparently, and so it's extremely expensive to go to a Charlotte game. Yet they get such an amazing crowd. It's really, really impressive. That just shows you how far this league has come. When a place like Charlotte, I mean, And, it's something the broadcasters are saying. They're sitting in Austin, and they're talking about 75,000 people in Charlotte. Never thought there'd be a team in Austin either, because you already had Houston and Dallas. I know Texas is a really big state. I mean, I get it. I almost moved to Texas about 10 years ago or more, maybe more. But I almost moved there. So, I mean, I get it. It's big. But I was still surprised that they gave another franchise to Texas when there's so many others that didn't have a front. So, maybe with Charlotte, and here's another reason I'm happy to see the Moss brothers going to some of these away games, and I hope that they take a look at the opposing teams' facilities, operations. I'm hoping they go and they maybe have a conversation with the other opposing teams' owners, and kind of get and talk to them. What are you doing? What are you doing that maybe we're not doing? Because Austin's got a hell of a crowd, game in, game out. Now, right now, they're 10 goals up in the season. 2 games in, they've scored 10 goals. That's pretty impressive. But still, it's more than that. They were bad last year. They didn't make the playoffs last year, but they still have a great following. So I'm happy to see the Moss, Jorge going to these away games. So maybe he could learn something. See, what is Charlotte, for example, doing that Inter Miami is not doing? Is it something in their front office? Is it something with their ticket sales people? Did we hire the wrong people? Good chance. Good chance we hired the wrong people. That's why they cleaned house. Anyways, let's look at let's look at what you guys are talking about in the chat. I know one person said in here that we should talk geek talk. I've been you guys, I've been kind of pulling that back a little bit. Had a few complaints. Oh, look at that. So Anu Weissman says Falcon fans were pissed when they found out that we don't pay PSLs, personal seat licenses. So again, that's more common in the NFL. I don't think they do that here with the Miami Dolphins, but I think that is the first MLS team that does it. And I hope the Moss brothers don't get any funny ideas about that here. I mean, you pissed off people already by raising the ticket prices, and you got a lot of people that canceled their season tickets because of that. And now, if on top of that you throw in a personal seat license, that's another couple $100. And educate me if you guys that know maybe more about the PSLs. Is that something? Do you pay that license every year, or is it a one-time fee? Like, do you own that seat you pay a couple $100? You own that seat for as long as you have season tickets, or do you have to renew that seat license every year with your season tickets? I don't know. So if you guys know in the chat, let me know. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Richard Greenberg is asking if the Dolphins own Inter Miami, would they be more successful? I don't think so. Look at the Dolphins. They can't win either. They're a shamble of an organization. Got a lawsuit against them by their previous coach, accusing them of paying the coach to lose games. So, no. Richard Greenberg says that the PSL is usually a one-time fee. It's not as bad, but... A little geek talk. Bruno wants us to go back to a little geek talk. Kenobi series will make it or break for me as far as Disney Star Wars. I don't know what you mean by that. I think they've make or break. And to me, that means you're saying if Kenobi's not good, you're out. They got other good stuff. The Mandalorian's great. Kenobi, hopefully he's good though. Yeah, Kenobi starts I think May 25th. So. Looking forward to that. All right, looking more on the chats here. Esteban is saying, yes, Moss brothers need to learn from other football clubs on what it takes to run a football club in a professional manner and without having to be slick or pull a fast one on anybody. Yeah, and when you talk about the fast one, how much is that the Moss brothers? How much is that Tubby making some poor decisions with, breaking the rules with Matt Tuidi? Obviously, raising the ticket prices was done after the fact. That's not really pulling a fast one. I mean, prices go up. It just was poor timing. In your second year, it's poor timing. Not good metrics there. I mean, it just doesn't look good. So Scrolling through a few more chats. All right, guys, I think we're wrapping it up here. Richard Greenberg feels like the reason Charlotte and Atlanta might be doing so well is they both have an NFL ownership that has season ticket mailing list. Yeah, but you still have to convince those people to buy the tickets. So, but thinking about your theory, talk about Seattle. You know, they do real well as well. I don't know if there's still a connection with the ownership with the Seahawks and Sounders, but there was. So there's maybe another example to your point. But then you can also look in New England where it's hideous. I know there were some pictures floating around the internet showing how bad the stadium looked for the New England home game. And they're the Supporter Shield winners. Nobody's going. This is the legacy teams. Your Dallases, Rapids, New England. I mean, they struggle. It's funny how they struggle, and sometimes a legacy team can rebrand. Like, look at Kansas City; they rebranded and they reinvigorated the team. Not just the team, but I mean the excitement around the team. What else we got? What else you guys got in here? Esteban is saying Sounders and Seahawks still have same owner, I think is what he's trying to say. The only thing that broke apart is the ticketing marketing department. Okay. So there you go. That maybe there's something to what Richard is saying as far as NFL ownership. Anu's got a comment about that saying only 2% of Atlanta United season ticket holders are Falcons season ticket holders. Right. So somehow Atlanta invigorated or found an audience where, there was none, right? Because, like I said, Atlanta Silverbacks couldn't draw flies, and I was watching those Atlanta Silverbacks games because back then I was strongly supporting whether it be the old Miami FC or whether it be Fort Lauderdale Strikers, and they were playing the Atlanta Silverbacks, and nobody went. And so, but yet Atlanta's got a great crowd. And the news, right? I do need to go up to Atlanta, and Atlanta's not that far. I could drive up there. It's not that far. I could make a trip out of that. All right, everybody, let's wrap this up a little bit and let's find a winner. Now, this is harder when I'm doing it by myself because you guys, if you don't win, you're going to blame me, right? But let's do the same kind of thing we've been doing. But let me do one thing. Let's just change one thing. Let's turn off that and turn this on just because that's who we're talking about. We're going to give away a $20 gift card to Caneswear for one of you guys in the chat. And so I'm going to kind of do it the same way we've been doing it the last 2 weeks. And I'm sitting here. I'm just scrolling up and down this chat. I've got this panel on the side that's full of your chats, and I'm just scrolling. So everybody that's chatted in here is eligible. And unless you won it last week. So Kata, hopefully you got your gift card. Wink. Oh, he has not. Kata is saying, when can I expect the prize? You should. I'll double check. You should have already gotten something. I think you'll get it digitally. So check your email, check your junk mail, your spam, and everything like that. But I will double check. I sent the information over to them right after the show. I think maybe it was like Wednesday. We were still going back and forth a little bit. So Alex Z is saying Uncle Ed is now drunk. All right. So anyways, Drummel. So basically the way it works as far as the gift card is I give your email and your name. So whoever the winner is, contact us on social media, send us a DM on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, something like that with your full name and your email address, and we will send it to you. So all right. Drum roll, like was said. Let's scroll. This is hard. Let's scroll. Close my eyes, and it's. Scroll. I think that was a repeat winner. Scroll. Well, how about that? I think Grumpy might have just won something. I say Grumpy because he's one of our best chatters, but sometimes gets mad that at us, and that is Esteban Dido. Again, it was random. Esteban, you were very active in tonight's chat, so your chances are greater because there are way more chats from you. So when I'm scrolling, your name is in there a lot. So congratulations to Esteban Dido for winning a $20 gift card. So that just tells you right there too, is the more you chat, the more chance you have, only because I'm literally scrolling and then picking random. So if you're in there a bunch, like Bruno was in there a lot, Richard Greenberg's in there a lot, Esteban's in there a lot, so you guys have a greater chance of winning it. But so anyways, congratulations to Esteban. Esteban, reach out to us on social media. Like I said, DM us your full name and email, and we will have Canesworth send you out a gift card. So no more complaining. I know you complained last week that you weren't going to win. You won. And we appreciate all of your contributions, Esteban. And that about wraps it up. Everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for being with me on this show. When I'm by myself, sometimes I have a little less to say. I'm a little more scattered, so I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. It was a lot of fun. And make sure to go to Caneswear. It's on the bottom of the screen. Go to Caneswear or caneswear.com and get all your stuff. We know that's where Esteban will be going as soon as he gets his gift card. So thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And there he goes. Kada found his gift card. Great. Awesome. Glad you got it. And we will see you next week. Thanks, everybody.